10 huge mistakes realtors never tell you. So, you're trusting a real estate agent with what's probably your biggest financial asset. Are you sure that's a good idea? The person you hired to guide you through the massive transaction might be keeping a few secrets from you. Secrets that could be costing you a fortune, killing the deal, and causing an unbelievable amount of stress. They act like an expert, the trusted guide, but they conveniently forget to mention the critical mistakes that happen behind the scenes. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose the 10 huge mistakes your realtor is hoping you never find out. We're pulling back the curtain on the entire industry to show you what really goes wrong and how you can protect yourself. And you'll definitely want to stick around for number 7. It's the one mistake that can land everyone in a world of legal and financial trouble. Section 1, mistake number 1, the overpricing trap. Let's kick things off with the biggest and most common mistake, overpricing your home. It feels fantastic when an agent walks in and suggests a sky-high list price, doesn't it? It makes you feel like your home is really worth that much. But here's the secret. Some agents will deliberately suggest an inflated price just to get you to sign with them. It's a classic move called buying a listing, and it's a trap. The reality is, overpricing is the kiss of death in real estate. Today's buyers are smart. They have access to the same data agents do. When a home is priced too high, it gets ignored. It's filtered out of online searches, and buyer agents are less likely to even suggest it because they know it's not a serious option for their clients. So your house just sits there, collecting digital dust. Days turn into weeks, and a stigma starts to form. Buyers whisper, "What's wrong with that place?" By the time you finally drop the price, all the initial excitement is gone. You've lost the crucial momentum and often end up selling for far less than if you would have had priced it right from day one. What's the fix? Demand a detailed comparative market analysis from your agent. Don't just glance at the suggested price. Dig into the data for similar homes that they have recently sold in your area. Price your home to generate activity, not stroke your ego. Section 2, mistake 2, the empty wallet buyer. Now, for the buyers, one of the most damaging mistakes an agent can let you make is starting the house hunt without a mortgage pre-approval. I get it. That's the fun part. Scrolling Zillow, dreaming about open houses, but without that pre-approval letter, you're just window shopping. Here's what your agent should be hammering home. Sellers will not take you seriously without a pre-approval. It's a deal breaker. You can find your perfect home only to watch it get snatched up by a buyer who came prepared. Honestly, an agent who doesn't insist on this step is wasting everyone's time. Yours, theirs, and the seller's. A great agent knows that getting your finances in order is the real first step. They should also be having the tough conversation about the full cost of owning a home. It's not just the mortgage. You've got property taxes, insurance, maybe HOA fees, and the furnace that will inevitably die at the worst possible time. A good agent prepares you for what you can truly afford, not just what a bank is willing to lend to you. Section 3, mistake 3, the communication black hole. You know what the number one complaint clients have about their agent is? Radio silence. You sign the listing agreement and then crickets. Days crawl by without an update. You're left wondering if anyone has toured your home or if any offers are on the horizon. The lack of communication is a massive source of anxiety and it completely erodes trust. An agent might be busy, but that's not a real excuse. The truth they don't tell you is that they often don't have a communication plan. They just wing it. Hoping no news is good news. But in real estate, no news is just stressful. A true professional sets expectations from the start. They should ask how you want to be updated, call, text, or email, and stick to a regular schedule, even if it's just to say, no new showings, but here's what we have going on this week. If you feel like you're constantly chasing your agent for an update, that's a huge problem. You're not just another file on their desk. You're a client who deserves to be kept in the loop. Before you hire anyone, ask them point blank, what's your communication plan for your clients? Their answer will tell you everything. Section 4, mistake 4, ignoring how your home actually looks. Your agent might be afraid to tell you the hard truth. Your house is a mess. They don't want to mention that your clutter is distracting, that the lime green accent wall is a major turnoff, or that your adorable bulldog has left a distinct aroma. It's an awkward chat, so many agents just skip it. But here's the deal. Presentation is everything. In 2025, the first showing isn't when a buyer walks through your door, it's online. If your listing photos are dark, blurry, or feature a pile of laundry, buyers will swipe left so fast it'll make your head spin. But photos can sabotage a sale before it even gets the chance. Failing to prepare and stage a home is a lazy mistake that costs seller thousands. Professional photos, a deep clean, decluttering, and a few minor repairs can massively boost the perceived value of your home. A great agent will give you a checklist and won't be afraid to have that tough conversation because they know it's what's best for you. They get that once your home hits the market, it's not your home anymore. It's a product, and it needs to outshine the competition. Section 5, Mistake 5, rushing you into a bad decision. High-pressure tactics are a sure sign of desperate or unethical agent. They'll create a false sense of urgency, hitting you with lines like, "This is a one-time offer," or "You have to decide now or you lose the house." This is especially dangerous for buyers who can get so caught up in the emotion of it all that they get pushed into a decision they'll regret. What the agent isn't telling you is that their commission check depends on closing the deal fast. But letting raw emotion drive the biggest purchase of your life is a terrible mistake. You might end up overlooking serious problems with the property, the neighborhood, or the commute, all because you felt pressured. What's the solution? Slow down. And never ever skip the home inspection even if your house looks flawless. An inspector is your best defense against hidden nightmares with the foundation, plumbing, or roof that could cost you a fortune. A trustworthy agent will champion this due diligence. They'll encourage you to think about your long-term needs and not just your short-term wants. And they'll give you the space to make a smart, informed decision. If this insider info is hitting home, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips to protect you in your real estate journey. Now let's get to the mistake that you've been waiting for. Section 6, mistake number 7, the ugly truth. All right, we've arrived at the most serious mistake an agent can make, one that can lead to ugly lawsuits and financial disaster, failing to disclose known property defects. This is where the sketchy behavior becomes flat out illegal. Let's be crystal clear. In most places, sellers and their agents are legally required to disclose any material defects. There are serious issues that could affect the property's value or safety, like a leaky roof, a cracked foundation, past flooding, or a termite problem. But a shady agent might tempt a seller to hide a problem, hoping the buyer won't find out until after closing. They're prioritizing a quick commission over their ethical and legal duties. When their new owner eventually discovers the hidden issue, it often results in a nasty, expensive lawsuit against both the seller and the agent. How do you stay safe? If you're the seller, disclose everything. It's your best legal protection. If you're the buyer, be skeptical. Hire your own reputable home inspector and ask direct questions. If an agent gets weirdly evasive about a home's history, that's not just a red flag. It's a giant wavering banner telling you to run. An ethical agent knows that transparency isn't just good practice, it's the law. Section 7, Mistake 8, the steering scandal. Here's a tricky one. It's called steering, and it's a major violation of the Fair Housing Act. It happens in subtle ways your agent is forbidden from doing. When you ask, is this a good neighborhood? Or how are the schools here? An agent cannot legally give you their personal subjective opinion. What they can do is point you towards factual third-party data where you can research crime rates and school performance for yourself. They can't, however, steer you toward or away from a community based on racial, religious, or ethnic makeup. An unethical agent might try to get around this with coded language or by only showing you homes in certain zip codes. This is not only illegal, but it keeps you from making a choice based on your own unbiased research. A professional agent knows the legal lines. They will empower you with the resources to investigate communities on your own so you can choose a neighborhood for reasons that matter to you. Section 8, Mistake 9, the dual agency dilemma. This one is controversial. It's called dual agency, and it happens when the same agent represents both the buyer and the seller on the same transaction. While it's legal in some states with full disclosure, it's a huge conflict of interest that agents often gloss over. Think it through. How can one person fight for the highest possible price for their seller while also fighting for the lowest possible price for their buyer? They can't. An agent's duty is to serve their client's best interest. In a dual agent scenario, whose interest really comes first? The truth is, the agent is the primary beneficiary. While they don't pocket the entire commission, their brokerage does, and the agent's slice of the pie gets a whole lot bigger since they don't have to split it with another firm. Many ethical agents refuse to practice dual agency for this very reason. They know you can't serve two masters. Before you agree to anything, ask your agent to explain their policy on dual agency. The safest move is to always have an agent who represents you and only you. Section 9, Mistake 10, hiring the wrong agent. And the final mistake really contains all of the others. Hiring the wrong agent from the start. Too many people hire an agent because they're a friend, a cousin, or the first person who promised them an unrealistic sales price. This is a massive error. Real estate is a complex, high-stakes business. You need a full-time professional who lives and breathes your local market and has a proven track record. A part-timer or an inexperienced agent is far more likely to make every single mistake we've talked about. They often lack the deep market knowledge, sharp negotiation skills, and solid systems to serve you properly. Don't be afraid to interview at least 3 agents. Ask for recent references. Dig into their marketing plan, their communication style, and their experience with homes just like yours. This isn't like hiring a dog walker. You are trusting someone with your single largest investment. Taking the time to find a true pro is the single best thing you can do to protect yourself and walk away with a win. In conclusion, so there you have it. The 10 big mistakes your realtor isn't telling you. From setting the price to navigating the final deal, there are pitfalls everywhere. But now you're not going in blind. You know the red flags to watch for, the smart questions to ask, and how to protect your bottom line. This isn't about distrusting all real estate agents. There are thousands of fantastic ethical pros out there. This is about empowering you. It's your money and your future on the line. By understanding these common blunders, you can shift from being a passive client to an active, informed captain of your own ship. You can hire the right person with confidence and handle your home sale or purchase with the peace of mind you absolutely deserve. Thanks for watching. If you've got a real estate horror story or a great tip for the community, drop it in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.